Okay, so today is day 3, part 3 of Birthing a New Earth. We have another amazing sunset on top of this hill. I'm here with my friend Marli. Marli, can you say hi to the good people of the world? Do you have anything you want to say? No? Are you sure? You want me to make the noise? Ow! 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 Yeah. Marli has a lot to share with you. I'm here with my friend Angela too. She's like in the bushes there somewhere. I swear she's a real person. She's like my snuffle up, I guess. Alright. So I wanted to come on here real quick and talk to y'all while you look at this glorious sunset. Let me get us situated here. Me and Marli snuggling on the cliff. Alright. Today we're talking about, well, yesterday, or the last time we were here, we were talking about environment and environmental empathy and interconnected co-creation. And so the second one today is about creativity. Because I believe very firmly that our creativity is our spark of our enlightenment within us, that enlightened nature that is bursting forth to create. And we're constantly creating things, we're co-creating things all the time, mostly subconsciously. And that's how we have the situation and the conditions that we're in now. And we're moving into a phase right now where we are co-creating consciously, which is exciting. And it's part of why we're starting to see so much in the world start to unravel, in terms of, if you look at political systems and government and education and the economies, and this is really worldwide. It's a global issue, because we all live on one planet and we're all interconnected to this one planet. And it's coming up in religion and in spiritual leaders. We're seeing all this stuff get dredged up, and it's great because it's all coming apart, which leaves an opening for us to create something new. So this is an exciting moment in time where we get to consciously decide the kind of earth we're living on, the kind of lives we're living. Hopefully, my thinking is that we're living lives where every single being on this planet can be thriving and be enjoying the abundance of this world and being in prosperity and being in total joy to be alive. That's the kind of world that I want to co-create. And we're moving from this phase, this real age where, you know, we've been evolving. And part of that evolution, I think, was this idea of that we attract stuff to us, or that we receive. And I think we're moving out of that kind of level of consciousness, because that implies that attracting something, we're attracting something to us that isn't already here. And that's just so not true. It's all right here. We're all completely whole and completely everything. We are the wholeness. And so we're not attracting anything to us that we're lacking. And that also goes for receiving too. There's so much around receiving, and it makes sense because, you know, so many people have been trained to be giving or trained to be in scarcity and all that stuff, but we're evolving past that. And we're not receiving like as if we're receiving from some God, like some Christian idea of God, or receiving from some idea of a power that knows better than us in any kind of way, like a government or something that we like. Someone creates a job, and so then we do that job for them, and we receive. Actually, in this new era of creativity that I'm seeing, it's that we're all creating something. Actually, we're all creating together, and from that creation, and it's a different kind of creating. That's the thing too. So, you know, there's a lot of people, myself included, that have been creating things, like artists, like innovators. You know, we've been making all kinds of stuff. but we're being asked to make it in a new way now. So a lot of the creation that's been going on has come from a really egocentric place, and I include myself in this, and I realize that there's a way of creating that when the ego is not involved, it's effortless and it's easy, and in fact it takes far less activity than we even think. And so, you know, I spent many years as an artist in New York and created a lot of stuff, and a lot of people, you know, like when they hear about what I did, they're like, how do you do so much in one lifetime? You must be 80 years old. And I wasn't. I just worked my ass off. I worked really hard, and I made a lot of stuff happen. That stuff came at an expense to me. That stuff nearly killed me. Actually, it broke down my body, and it broke down my spirit in the same way that our systems are breaking down right now to create space for something new. And I realize there's a kind of spontaneous creativity that can emerge that's quite different. It takes a new way of creating, and it really takes purifying the energies from which we are creating from. These are energies that we all have access to. They're all completely already intact, and it's being able to rest in those energies and being able to create from that space. So this might not seem like it makes a lot of sense because we've been creating from a totally different space. And so, you know, I think a lot of people look at the world and they're like, why is it like this? Why is there so much suffering? You know, like, why are some people not having and other people having? And it's because on some level, you know, we've all, myself included, been creating from a different kind of space, a different kind of place, a different level of our conscious awareness than before. And so it's time to shift that and to do less. Like, part of the doing, all that overdoing, it comes from this culture. It comes from this culture that is like consumer capitalist culture that's telling you that, like, you need more, you need to be different, you need to look different, you need to smell different, you need to have this thing because everyone else has this thing, and if you don't have that thing, well, then you're not really good enough, or you're not making it, or blah 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 blah, all bullshit. You're complete and you're whole exactly as you are. And when we allow ourselves to really do something that gets us out of that system and out of those ways of thinking, that's when we can really truly be in this other energy that I'm talking about, this spontaneously glorious, creative, this resting, like everything feels easy and it feels fun. It's flow, right? So a lot of creatives and artists talk about this state of flow that you can be in, and when you're in it, things just happen, and it's kind of like magic, and one thing leads to the next thing, and the next thing. It feels easy, it feels fun, it feels great. We can all be in that state of flow, and if you think about it, if everyone on the planet was in this state of flow, we'd all be flowing together. We'd all be abundant. We'd all be happy. So this kind of creativity, there are ways to access this, and I feel like that is our job of the moment, is to be accessing these deeper levels of creativity. Do you have anything you want to say about this? No, not even a little. Okay. Yeah, we can. Thank you for your paw. Okay, so Marli and I are going to be co-creating something here together, and I hope to co-create something with all of you all. So I've been talking about this co-creation project that I'm working on, and so if this stuff is like sparking that hell yes in your heart, and you want to create from this place, then email us, me and Marli, at magic@lobsterbird.com, and we're putting together a team of people who are really interested in this new way of creating together, because the more of us that create together in this way, the more sunsets we get to enjoy. Back to that gloriousness. The more love and companionship we get to enjoy, like me and my buddy here. And the more that thing about the world, you know, that thing about world peace that we were all after in the 70s, like the more that can actually become the reality that we're living in. So as the sun sets on this part 3 of this, I wish you joy, I wish you flow, I wish you to be in that state of creative curiosity and wonder and freedom.